good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I am back. It's been a little bit. And today I have another amazing guest and a new webcam. Yay. So today my guest is Natalie. She is from Australia, a very powerful energy healer and animal empath. She is also a cat and dog whisperer, and her journey to rediscovering her health with Reiki as a powerful modality and other ways to heal ourselves. We're about to find out more. She has 20 years of knowledge and experience in the health and animal welfare industry. And today it is my greatest pleasure and honor to have Natalie Taylor as my amazing guest today. And we're going to talk animal empath. So please, everyone, welcome Natalie to the show. Hi, love.
Hello, Caroline. Thank you so much for having me.
It is a
Yeah,
pleasure.
you are I love what you're doing, and yeah, just honored to be on your podcast. This is awesome. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. That was just lovely. So yeah, I think you've done a really good intro about me, but yeah, a bit more about what I do. Sometimes I find
Yeah.
hard to put it in words, but it's energy intuitive, energy healing, and Reiki. So I tune into the energy and I can see blocks like energetic, medical,
Right.
physical, emotional, spiritual, all of that. And basically, I have a real connection, as you have known already, with pets and with people.
Yes.
And yeah, I just love it. Like helping people get their sparkle back and pets too.
Yeah. And that is very important. And I'm, I'm trying to keep the introductions a little shorter so people can read it in a lot more details in the description.
Mm.
So I can allow everybody to discover you uh, with me together as we go along. So, Natalie, I know you work with Tatiana. Tatiana's been on the show,
Yep.
and it's quite fascinating what you do. And I would like to start by telling us, how did your journey start for you? Like, how did you realize that you had these gifts, and when did they start showing up?
Oh, wow. Great question. So, in my early 20s, I had a beautiful friend as we've discussed a bit, I've been a personal trainer nutritionist. I've gone through all the health stuff
Right.
to get to energy healing. And one of my girlfriends that I did a course with, she had this book by Esther and Jerry Hicks called Ask and It Is
Oh,
Given.
love Abraham.
Yeah. So, and then she'd read it and kind of chatted to me about it. And I was interested, but I wasn't sure. And then I was going on holidays, and she said, "Do you want to borrow the book?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You're ready now." And I went on holidays. Yeah. And I remember I think it was in Malaysia. I remember lying by the pool, reading this book, and then sitting back and meditating for the first time properly. And my head started going from side to side. And it was kind of like an out of body experience.
Wow.
And I feel like that was possibly when I opened properly to it. That was kind of like my initiation. And then from a health point of view, because I was a personal trainer, I had some injuries that I went and saw a sports physio. I got I got like a scan and they said, "Do you want the good news or the bad news?" The good news, you've got perfect spinal alignment. And I'm like, "So what's the bad news?" It's all muscular. So I had really intense pain in my back that wouldn't go no matter what I
Right.
did.
Right.
And in my head, I just went, "This is energy. I need to go see
Right.
someone."
Yeah.
Yep. And that's when I met a kinesiologist and started seeing her. She was awesome. And that was kind of how it all started.
Right. Isn't it that way for most of us, where there's a
Mm.
trigger, there's a little call to do something more than just follow the typical route of Western medicine, or, like
Yep.
you're called to fix something or to awaken to something, and then that guides you. And I find this is very important, maybe for people to realize that we're always being guided, to our
Yes.
purpose, to our journey.
Yes.
It can look different for everybody. So to me, it's important that we don't always follow the same route as everybody else and think that because somebody's doing it a certain way, oh, well, that didn't happen to me, or that's maybe it's not right for me. I don't know. Just trust that you're always being guided. And if we follow our
Mm.
intuition, just like
Yeah.
you did,
Yes.
then we are on the right path.
Yeah. That's
And,
so beautiful. Oh,
because I find so many are right now awakening, a little bit freaking out maybe, and
yes.
I've been there. I'm saying this because I've been there. We're
Mm.
watching spiritual teachers, the most popular in the public eye, and then we compare, oh, well,
Mm.
must be something wrong with me if I'm not there yet, then I must
Yeah.
need to do more work, more clearing, more this. It's always in
Yeah.
comparison, which makes us feel like we're not perfect the way we are. We need to do so much more work. And I find it can be actually slowing you down, you know?
100%. If you put that pressure, you think about in a physical body, or even in an energy body, if you put pressure and you're stressed, everything's tight and it's not relaxed and you're on high alert. So you're not allowing that flow. So
Yeah.
definitely it can be a big part of where you block yourself. And I know personally that has been a big thing of me not trusting myself. This spiritual journey
Yeah.
has, it's really quite funny that you mentioned it. So there you
Yeah.
go. Got great segue. But yeah, I feel like that was massive. And that was what actually my back pain was to do with feeling unsupported and trusting. And doing all the energy work was what, made me realize that. And then getting into that flow state where you're just surrendering kind of to what happens, not expecting anything. That is what has the greatest impact on allowing your energy to flow and to allow things to
Yeah.
happen.
Key words
Yeah.
here, to flow, right? But
Mm,
it's not
yeah.
easy because as
No.
empaths, especially you're
Yeah.
an empath too, we
Mm,
tend to pick up a lot more than our fair share, and we
yes.
don't know at first.
Yes.
And so, yes, to allow the flow is so important. And I'd like for
Mm.
you to express, how did it feel? Because I'm a feel person. How did it feel for you to realize um, that it was an energy issue that you were having, and not, it's physical. Of course, we sense energy physically, but it was
Yes.
sourced as the root. It was energy.
I felt like it was like a light bulb moment.
Right.
Like I felt as if, okay, that's what it is, and that is why. And it felt true and real. I felt it in my heart. I remember just going, this is energetic.
Right.
This is not, no amount of personal training and strength work and working on my core and stretching, and no amount of eating healthy and yin yoga or whatever else, even though yoga with breath work can obviously help with chakras and moving energy, but no amount of just focusing on the physical is going to move this. This is something where I need to go get energy work. And yeah, it was like it resonated with me. I was like, yes, this is it was the missing piece. So it kind of felt like coming home. That was a feeling
Right.
when yeah, because I'd been obviously a personal trainer and so focused on the physical. And then
Yeah.
I'd become a nutritionist. So it was like I was going through all the things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the universe was saying to me, oh, it's the energy. It all starts with that. So this is actually the big thing that you need to look at. And when you start working on that, it's going to impact everything. And it was amazing. It was coming home feeling
Yeah.
for
Because
me.
the people that are going to be watching this, I'm assuming,
Mm,
they're awakening or on the awakening journey, and
mm,
they may already have this little nudge that says, this may be energetic, or this is more
mm.
than just physical. It's been there for so long. I've tried everything,
Yeah.
right? And so, what would you say to them? The coming home feeling. What does that
Mm.
feel like?
It's if you ever feel like, when you know in your body that something is true, which I would say is your intuition, when that's activated and you're switched on, you just have a knowing about something. Now, everyone is different. You might not have a knowing. You might you might have a physical reaction where the hairs stand up, like you get goosebumps or something like that.
Yeah.
It can be a different feeling for everyone, like their body reacts. Whereas for me, I get quite a deep, I just know. I'll be like, yeah, that's happening. And so that for me was what it was. It just resonated. It was like it was a big yes in my heart space. That was for me. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, but I also would say to people that are watching this, if you are interested in energy and you're not sure, that is generally a sign, and it's your intuition saying to you, and look, my throat's clearing. That's a bit of something going on, hilarious. Um, that's kind of your intuition trying to guide you. So I would always follow it, be interested and trust that. And there's heaps, if you look online, there's heaps of, like I have free recordings. I'm sure you do too. We have free things that you can have a look at just to try.
Mhm.
Um, but if I had that, I would be following it. If I was interested, I'd be following it.
Yeah, and see, yeah, that's the thing. I I feel like I'm being guided to um, make these videos more attuned
Mm.
to the newly awakened people.
Mm.
It's not that it doesn't serve everyone else, because um, we're both holding space, we both have codes they may need. Um, and then you're saying about your throat, and so explain what you, I know what you meant, but explain what you meant by that, because
So,
people
yeah, so
watching, right? Like,
so this is like something is clearing energetically in my throat, and our throat chakra, our throat space which has been, there's been a lot of focus energetically lately on clearing that. So if I'm getting a bit of a blocked throat, it's kind of like my body is resonating with what we were talking about. It's like truth, and you speak your truth from your throat, you express yourself, but it's also connected to your heart space. So this is like all to do with intuition, trusting your intuition, coming through your crown, but then being able to sit in your heart space, your authentic self, and speak from there. So that's obviously what's doing this, and speaking this with you is actually a part of healing for me, which is amazing. And if you ever have, symptoms like that just randomly come up, it can be because it's just energy clearing.
right, or
Yep.
burping, or
Or burping. Oh my goodness. Oh, you've met Patrice, the sessions that you do with, and Tatiana,
or
the
barfing, but
burping. Actually, Tatiana, bless her, she doesn't burp that much, which is funny. We always have a giggle about that because I'm like, it's catching.
right, right.
But yeah,
And
but
people may
burping,
not know about this, right? But when you
yes.
start awakening to your gifts, or to your purpose, and you're more energy sensitive, then little things will happen like that, oh, I guess
Mm,
I'm clearing something, or it's not
yeah.
just being rude at the table.
No, and that's why I always have to be explicit to people, because I'll have instances, and I'm sure you do too, where I just cannot stop burping. And I will say to people, I'm so sorry. This is transmuting energy. It's just like if you ate something, you ate a big meal and your body wants to digest it.
Mm,
So this is digesting energy, emotions, release, gas release. And
yeah.
sometimes, which is really cool, always used to happen in kinesiology sessions, and it happens in sessions now, when the person transmutes like the last bit of something, their stomach will gurgle and process it like it's digesting it, which I always love. And then also a lot of the time you'll yawn at the
Right,
end.
yes, I'm a big yawner. For me, I
Yes.
don't burp as much, but the yawning, I think the other day I had like 20 in a row,
Wow.
crying, like the tears were leaking,
Yes.
because, and I'm like, oh my God, and my jaw was hurting, because these movies
Yes.
when your jaw stretches to the max. And I'm like,
Yes.
what is happening? So there was a lot of clearing going on there. I don't remember exactly
Yes.
what I was doing, but also that's another thing. You're usually aware of what you're clearing, in the sense that
Definitely.
you'll get a thought, or you'll
Yes.
get a memory, an emotion with that memory, and you'll be like, why am I thinking about this right now? And then, especially if you start
Mm.
yawning or burping close to it, you're probably clearing that. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes, oh, definitely. If you're having thoughts about something, it's definitely something. It's, you might have weird dreams about something, or you have a
Mhm.
thought or a memory, then definitely it's something energetically, or there's something there. Always fine. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
100% spot on. And with the yawning, I find too, because there's lots of different modes, yawning a lot of the time is like subconscious stuff healing. It's at the end
yeah,
and it's deep. And then tears are generally like emotions coming out. So if you get the
yeah.
tears and things like that, but
Even if you're
everyone's
not
different.
sad, the tears will come
Exactly.
out when you yawn. You're not really sad. It's just,
They
uh,
flow. Yes.
I used to yawn in church when I was
Oh my
growing up
goodness. No
so
wonder.
much, with my eyes watering all the time.
Oh,
Like, now I
I
know
can.
why.
Yeah. And you would have been looked at, and you were just releasing so much. You would have been releasing for everyone there as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing, right? And sometimes we don't know
Yep.
that we're doing that. So
Yeah.
talk to me, or and by the way, before we go any further, I want to make sure people understand what's happening when somebody like you on the show and people are watching you. It's you are clearing at the same time for the
Mm,
audience, even though you
yeah.
don't know that they're watching, you don't know who's going
Yes.
to watch, but in a sense, you know. So,
Yes.
everyone, by being here and watching this
Mm.
amazing conversation right now with Natalie, you're getting a treatment. You're getting,
100%. And it'd be
yeah.
our energy together, I feel, is quite
Mm-hmm.
is affecting the session in such a beautiful, positive way. But yes, once you start doing this energy work, and you obviously I've trained and worked on clearing blocks, and so now my vibration and my energy is that just it transmutes. So just actually being, as you've said, watching this, it
Yeah.
will transmute. And that's a lot of, I think, energy healers too, I'm not sure, I think. But yes,
Yeah.
definitely, just by, I know when my friends and family and stuff like that are around me, they will start burping and they will start releasing stuff.
Yay.
So yes, yeah, I'm a big transmuter, so yes.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So, okay, let's go back a little bit. So, you started your journey with realizing that you're having energetic issues that needs releasing. Where do you go
Yes.
from there?
Yeah, so I found an energy healer, kinesiology and energy healer. So I kind of did that. I started reading more books.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I saw that practitioner for about, I think, 2 or 3 years, and that was fantastic. I
Okay.
loved it. She did kinesiology, meridians, all that, crystals, chakras. So she kind of did everything. And
Mhm.
then that practitioner had a course. So that's when I was decided I want to do that course. I want to do what this person does, because I
Right.
just love it and it just resonates. Again, that heart space. I just felt that, knowing that that was what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
And I thought body, mind, spirit, having the personal training, but also having the nutrition, but then having the energy healing was like the pyramid. It's like you are supporting the physical, supporting the spiritual, mental, all of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's kind of for me how I got into it and practiced it. But I kind of went on a journey with that. I did also an angel communication program. So I've got a real strong connection with the archangels and angels and guides. They work with me, yes, very closely. You're probably already aware of that, Caroline, because of yep, you know that. So if anyone ever does sessions, I'm generally calling on archangels and they'll be helping. They'll just come straight away.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So that is kind of, saw a practitioner and experienced it, then I trained, and then you do clinical work. So I did that, practiced, and then yeah, I did some courses, mentorships, and kind of started doing my own work with people,
Right.
guiding people, helping them, and started about, I think, 2 years ago or something, I think it was now. I did my website and things like that. So yeah.
Nice. So would you say that your oversoul and your higher self is actually guiding you when
Mm,
you get this excitement? You can't
mm,
deny it. Like you get so excited inside, like, oh my God, like, and it's you can actually feel the frequency rising because that excitement, it's almost like having an espresso.
100%. It is,
Right.
yes, it is. It's like a euphoric drug feeling, like hot, like you're when you're tuned in and connected properly. It's just that it's clear and it's a yes. There's no voice in your head going whatever. There's no doubt or fear on that. It's just it's like that feeling of that is 100% what I'm meant to do, and I'm following it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why it's important, I think, for people to realize that there's a time to follow, let's say, others and their teachings. And
Mm,
when you're awakening and you need a certain guidance, but the main basic foundation to the awakening I found and I realized maybe much later is that the clearing, the clearing and the releasing of past lives, of stuck
mm,
emotions or
yes.
unprocessed emotions, shoved down emotions,
Yeah.
the trauma, the energetic blockages and pain. That is, to me, I'm realizing more and more, the main, most important thing. Not what's
Yes.
going to happen tomorrow, not what's happening yesterday, not what timeline you're on. The focus for me, I will say, that I'm realizing more and more is to clear and make yourself the most important intuitive knowing, not what others say, but you.
Yes.
But you can
Yes.
only attune to that, um, not perfectly, but attune to that profoundly when you have cleared these traumas. And that's
Yes.
when people like you come in that have already done the work, that have already
Mm.
followed their guidance, their intuition, and you are ready to assist.
Exactly. That is, yeah, amazing how you've put that in words because that is
Right?
exactly it. It's basically, you have to clear all the junk that's there, and there's all that
Mm-hmm.
different stuff, so much different stuff that can impact
Yeah.
you stepping into your power and using your voice. So many witch wounds that people have, so many past lives, karma, ancestral stuff that is stuck in your energy body, your physical body. And so
Yeah.
you might have this feeling where you are terrified of something or you just can't do something and there's no
Yeah.
rhyme or reason. It's like it might not make sense. And when that happens, I always say it's energetic. It's because it's an energetic thing that's come from something else that's not yours. And that is why it feels so like you shouldn't have it, but you do because it's actually there. And you're the one that's come to anyone listening to this, that's come to actually help transmute and release that energy and heal your ancestral karma or whatever from it. So it's
Yeah.
quite amazing.
Yeah, and let's talk about that, the ancestral karma and what is yours or not yours, because there's a thing where, and I've done that because I didn't know when I first awakened. And
Mm,
you tend to, because you hear about accountability, responsibility. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I have a but I feel that sometimes you are way more judging yourself
yes.
than you should
Mm, mm,
because you don't know your soul purpose. You don't know your soul
mm,
mission. You don't
yes.
know at first why you're here, your function, right? So
Yes.
if you're an empath, let's say, and you're absorbing way more than what's yours, then you may feel different than another who doesn't have that purpose here. If you're
Yes.
clearing your ancestral line, you're here to help assist the family you were born in. If you're here to transmute energies, you're
Mm,
gonna have to absorb and release and purge and transmute a
mm,
lot more energy than the person that's not here to do that.
exactly. Yes. Yep. And that's a really good point because that is a lot of what I do. I transmute a lot. And so,
Right?
yes, feeling. So you're right. So you might feel, and that's a good thing for people if you're ever wondering, because as empaths, we often think it's always us. We think,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's me. Ask yourself, is this me or is this someone else?
Yeah.
And then you can generally go, no, this isn't mine. This is someone else's come in and I've absorbed it.
Mm-hmm. We tend to
Yes.
beat ourselves up a little bit, thinking like, because again, like there is distortion in the spiritual community, even right
Yes.
now. And so that is like this false light sneaking in, and it's not that it's purposely shared like that. Most don't know that this is
Mm,
happening. But what happens though with that is it makes people feel they're not good enough. They're
yeah.
not doing enough. They're
Yeah.
not, what have I done? Oh my God, what am I paying for? What karma
Mm,
am I suffering? Um,
yes.
and like, let's give ourselves a break here,
Yes.
because do we really fully know the extent of that soul contract we came here for?
Yeah. It's
So, bottom line, if we focus on clearing, don't
mm,
judge it, just
yep.
notice that you have something to clear. Notice that there's a pain here, and be aware that this pain could be energetic.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware that you may be a transmuter, like Natalie.
Mm,
You
mm,
may be
yeah.
feeling something that's not yours. Don't beat yourself up, try to think,
Yes.
okay, well, I am grateful that I get to release this. I'm grateful that I get to
Yes.
clear this. I don't
Yes.
know if it
That's
belongs to me or
beautiful.
not, but I'm
Yes.
grateful that I get to do that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And yeah, the judgment it's a huge one, I think, for empaths and just anyone because you've got to think we live also in this earth plane where everything that is media and that is about being your best and
Yeah.
being, standards of beauty, all this other stuff, being the strongest, whatever. So when we
Yeah.
have these physical issues or we have ailments, and a lot of spiritual people they actually come here as agreements to have really intense physical health challenges like fibro, arthritis, other things. So they might feel like they're not good enough because if I'm doing this, how can I still have these physical symptoms? I'm doing these energy stuff. Well, that is because you actually came to transcend that and it's huge. And so you just have to go and clear the layers.
Yeah.
But you're most likely going to help people with working on that and healing from those kinds of things with your experience. So
Exactly.
you actually have to go through that mud, like the lotus flower. The lotus flower is grown in the mud. You have to actually go through it. But it is, it's great to acknowledge that it can be hard and we can judge ourselves and think that we should be further ahead and that we should be. But everyone, you're actually where you're meant to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm,
And it's important that we talk about this because I don't think it's
yes.
being said enough. But also, the main point I find is to find people like you that are already attuned, already awakened, and that know what you have to clear, that can see it, that they call in your team, they can call in your
Mm,
angels. Not that you
yes.
can't do it yourself, because our
Yes.
intent is that powerful. But in
Yes.
the beginning, we don't know we can. We don't know we're God and we're that powerful and we're this high priestess this and high priestess that. We don't know. So allow yourself to feel and trust that intuition that tells you, I like Natalie. I like this energy, this feeling. I think I'm gonna book a session, and I'm not
Mm,
one to promote businesses at all. I'm just saying you do this for a reason and people will need
Yes.
you. And if it's not you, it's going to be someone else, someone else.
Exactly. Always go with the person that resonates. That's
Yeah.
important that you find someone that you feel called to book with.
Yeah.
As long as you are finding, if you need help, find the right person. It might be a specific type of healing or modality that you go, oh, I've always wanted to do that. And there's a reason because you might have a spiritual connection with that. So that's actually the right route for
Yeah.
you to go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it might even be the person or the people listening to this get on and go, oh, I'm interested in this. And then you start researching and then you find, you might want to go see someone in person. So yeah, I reckon just start if you're interested, start looking. And I like that you were chatting about getting your power, that
Yeah.
how powerful we are, because I think that's a big thing too. When you start your spiritual journey, yes, you do need help, and we all need help in some instances.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I will book in sessions with people, healers, and things like that for help, because with our human brains and whatever else, some things are so dense and they're so tightly wound, the energy, that it's really hard for you when you're in it to let it go, even though we are powerful. We just have all
Yeah.
this where it's just, I need to just actually surrender this and let it go, and someone else is going to help me. And then even asking for help is such a huge thing in the universe. When you start asking for help, because we're so conditioned to not ask for help. Yep.
Yeah.
When you start asking for help, can you help me? Number one, most people actually love it when you ask them for help. That's what I've realized. I used to think it was a bit of a burden, but
Yeah.
I've realized that people actually, most of them like helping you because it's like, oh, I can help this person. This person's saying
Right.
they, yeah. So, yeah, I definitely start looking into it, but you also do have the power in you. That's actually what's amazing about all this. Once you start doing the work, you will be able to pick up on stuff like Caroline was saying, how I had a dream, I had a thought about this person. It's not random. It's like something coming up so that you can
Yeah.
just deal with it and let it go.
Exactly. And you
Yeah.
bring a good point of asking another person, another light worker, another healer. We'll call an
Mm,
energy healer. I'm not afraid to call him that, because
yes. Yes.
it's not that you need a healer per se. We can all
No,
heal ourselves,
exactly.
but you can get the assistance of an energy healer that can see something you may not be able to see just right away, that you might not be
Exactly.
attuned to that energy just right away. And Patrice
Exactly.
talks about that too, how powerful group
Mm,
sessions are. And if we would all be working together,
yes. Yes.
how
Group.
much
Yeah.
more amazing healing
Mm,
and releasing and clearing we would do, right?
100%. And yeah, his group sessions are, yeah, they're just, it's because when you do the groups, any groups with any healers, it's
Mm-hmm.
amplified. So,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's like you get on and it's not just you and that person, which can be amazing. But then you've got a group and it's like all these different people, but then it's kind of, it just expands out. And then what will happen is there's no coincidences. There will
yeah,
be someone on that group that you have a past life or karma with. So it's actually exponentially, everyone is helping each other to release these blocks, these things that are, stopping you from stepping into your power fully. So yeah, but everyone's different. You might want to start off with the single sessions first, try a bit of
hmm
the groups. I feel like it's a mix of all of it.
yeah.
For yeah, depending on the person. So, but yes, definitely give it a go.
That's why our intuition is so important. You'll know if it's
Mm,
the right person you're being called to. And that brings me to
mm,
our function and our purpose.
mm.
Why, if we are all God and all that mighty and all powerful, why do we need other people? Well, it's because to me, I see it like across all our incarnations, our other lives on other planet, wherever, we've acquired badges and skills. I see it like we have badge, or I'm a telepathic expert.
Ah,
I'm a
I love
transmuter
it.
expert. I'm this
Yeah.
expert. And those are skills you've acquired. Not everybody has the same skills.
Yes.
And so you may be, and it's like here on earth, right? Somebody may be really, really good, but at building a house, but you're not going to call the plumber to come build your house. That might not
Exactly.
work. You're not going to ask the
Yes.
carpenter to go unplug your toilet. So in energy work, I feel it's the same. You have skills that may be different from Marian's skills or Tatiana's skills, but
Exactly.
we can all work together. It's pieces of puzzle. Hey, I can do this. I can remove this. Oh, I can do that. I'll remove this at the bottom. Right?
Exactly. Yes, I love it. And that's Tatiana and I, when we were doing the groups, we found that we're very different in how we like what we work on, but it just worked so well
Right?
because we would be tuned in and connected and Tatiana would see something or I would picture or I would tune in and feel something and then you just work together and it's very fluid and yeah, and the same with Patrice working with him. Yeah, it's
Right.
amazing.
So
Yes.
now let's focus on your badges, your skills, your
Yes.
expertise.
Yes.
What are they? What are your expertise?
Well, yeah, so I'm very, very intuitive. I feel like that is a big thing that when we were talking about the trusting at the start of this,
Right.
I had a lot of where I was blocked there. Now I've cleared things and I'm trusting myself. And that is actually one of my biggest things is intuition and just knowing. So I'll often have, yeah, people or whatever animals because I work at a shelter a few days a week and I just know, I'll just be like, someone will say, oh, what's this? And I'm like, yeah, it's that. And then it's,
Right.
yeah. So that's my intuition, that is. But I have to make sure, obviously, that you're grounded and cleared and you're getting from the highest source, that kind of things that we were talking
Yeah.
about. Yep, that you're connected. I would say also I have a ability with obviously animals. I have a
Yeah.
special connection with animals. So that is something that I just love. And I've got two cats of my own. I'm fostering a cat at the moment as well. But yeah, I just love animals, cats, dogs, all of them. Connecting to archangels and guides, I have a really strong connection with that. Um, if I call upon, Archangel Raphael or Michael or Pegasus the horse to help, they've like that in an instant, so quick. I
Wow.
remember Patrice, funny. He said the flash, like when I asked the guys to help, they're there instantly.
Wow.
So that's an amazing gift I've been given. And yeah, I think just also, as we said, the empathic, I've obviously done energy healing and Reiki and kinesiology and all that, but it's that empathic ability of understanding and knowing and my experience too, which can help people understand what they're going through.
Right.
Um, yeah, to be able to help them.
And you transmute energies. Well, for those who
Yes.
don't know, what does that mean exactly to transmute energy?
Sure. So if you ever have a session with me, I basically give my energy or my energy is there and I'm tuned into your energy and I just can see what it is and my physical energetic body will help guide the person and assist them so that they can release stuff. So I'm basically helping them release stuff. I'm helping them to let go and transmute, release. Well, transmute is kind of like imagine something dense changing form in physics if we were talking about that.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's like that dense energy that you've got, then I'm helping it to kind of go away,
Clear.
like go into a waterfall and be removed from your energy field, your physical body.
Wow. Isn't that amazing
Yeah.
though?
Yeah, it is. It's very
Right?
cool. Yes.
Everybody needs that because that's the main thing I think of our awakening journey
Yes.
is, and I think I've said that before, but that's my example is cleaning up our mess in our kitchen that had the
Yes.
closed curtains that we made a big mess with blenders, no covers, and like everything flying all over the place.
Cake
And
mix
now,
everywhere.
right, bruises, and now we're cleaning our mess and we've opened the curtains. We're letting the light come in, which is actually uh, putting a spotlight on where it's hurting or where we need to clear. We've absorbed all kinds of things.
Yes.
And so people like you are actually extremely important
Mm.
because only once, I don't think I know many that had access instantly to their gifts without doing any clearing or
Mm.
energetic healing, because don't you need to have a
Yeah,
cleansed
that's
path?
a really good question. So, and that's actually just had me thinking about, I had an Akashic Records reading with this beautiful lady, and when I was a child, I actually had all these unique abilities, and um, but obviously I wasn't with my family. They not aware of that, and so I wasn't taught how to energetically protect myself, which is understandable. Like when you're born
Yeah,
into a family, not many families would be teaching that.
yeah,
Um, but I had those unique abilities, definitely, I think, from when I was a child. And I think actually what happened was I protected myself because I had stuff trying to come
yeah.
at me. I astral travel, I do all that. I've lots of different things. I can go parallel, all that. Um, and so, yeah, I think it depends on the person. There's things happen where they might be there, and then
Right.
the universe will protect you, or you'll agree to be protected by these things happening until you're ready to actually be able to use whatever these things are,
Right.
these gifts properly, because it's actually, you don't feel safe to, or you haven't had the proper training or whatever. So the universe will do those things to protect you.
That's a good point, because as a child, we're way
Mm.
more connected and open
Mm.
to all that. Would
Hmm.
you say that it's possible that the reason why, as we're growing up, let's say, you said the protection may appear for those gifts, but also the fact that some elements of trauma or things that you actually need to see to clear
Yeah.
surfaces, which in a sense can kind of block these gifts a little bit, because
Yes.
it's um it's like somebody threw mud in your face you can't see right now.
100%. But it's that protection because it's when you're ready. So you actually almost have to go through the mudslinging, all that
Right.
stuff until you've gotten all your power back, or energetically you've got it so that you know how to use them and your gifts and how to transmute energy safely, and you're not taking on
Yeah.
everyone's stuff. Yeah. So sometimes it's like you agree to it and then you do get stuff kind of preventing your gifts from coming out. Okay. And
Yeah.
then it's like you need to work through clearing it all. But that's exactly what needed to happen. That's
Yeah.
the correct time frame. It's not wrong. It's
Yeah.
actually for you to be and clearing all the stuff, because I know I've had so much stuff to clear, ancestral, so much,
Yeah.
and karma. And so it had to come to this point to clear it all and then be ready to actually step into my power and being fully out there and transmuting and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you bring a good point. It may not necessarily be that you need to do the work infinitely and get cleared and cleared and cleared, but um, there may be some protection stepping in before you can fully access a certain gift or power or ability, because some, thing surfaced that needs to be cleared first,
Yep.
right? That's more like that.
100%. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the timeline. And sometimes the universe knows or spirit knows that you're not ready or you'll be too overwhelmed. So they just
Right.
will slow it down. And I've seen this so many times. I've had it with myself and other people in groups and whatever else, one-on-ones, where we've actually gone into a contract with something, can be
Yeah.
a galactic being or something else,
Yeah.
to keep ourselves small. Like
Yeah.
we've got an implant or something that actually stops us from fully stepping into our power. But we
Yeah.
agreed to that. We agreed to that before we were born so that we could come into our power at the right time, at this huge, it's no,
Right.
it, with these crazy times we are going through with the energy, and everyone is basically activating, and
Yeah.
that is what it has been waiting for. Basically, it's been dormant, but it was ready for these times, because I don't think there's ever been a time on earth that we're going through right now with these energies and the
No. And the image I'm getting right now is like if everybody would have the Superman eyes all at
oh
once,
yes, Oh,
It
wow.
would be quite a laser show on Earth, right? Like,
Yeah.
pew, 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 pew. Whoa.
What does he do with his eyes again? I'm trying to remember, but I can't.
Like the big
Can he see
red
through? He's got X-ray
firelight.
vision, yeah?
Yeah.
Does he have
But
X-ray vision? Yeah.
the red firelight, like a
Yeah, yeah,
laser?
yeah. Yes,
If
yes.
everybody was
Laser.
activating those eyes at the same time on Earth, that would be quite a show.
Oh my goodness, everything it will be going off. Yes. So that's exactly, you can't imagine if everyone all at once, it would just there's
Right.
yeah, it's all happening.
Yes,
Sometimes you have to learn different things and you go, oh, it wasn't until I learned that lesson and actually started embodying it that this piece can fall into place because I
yeah,
wouldn't have been ready. And then you probably would have taken 10 steps back if you'd had that ability. You wouldn't have,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Which we bring another good point is don't rush it. And I've
yes,
been there.
yes,
Why not yet? I've wondered why. And all next thing I know, like, oh, but you already have your light language. What? Because there's also an expectation that your light language or your gift is supposed to turn on like a
yes,
power switch, or it's supposed to be like
yeah.
the Superman eyes. But what if it's not?
No, it's definitely not.
It's not like the same for everybody.
Yes,
And you may not be aware because it's always been part of you. So you can't see the black and white. It's gray, but it's always been there,
yes,
right?
exactly. It's just
So,
you've got to, yeah, awaken it kind of, or clean all the stuff, like cleanse, get rid of the things that are blocking it.
yeah,
Yes,
so it's a good point to actually maybe realize that your gifts come on when it's time. And I find it so funny to think about this implant or the guides or the oversoul in the back saying, like, oh shit, let's hold her back a little longer.
she's
Oh my
not
God.
ready.
Oh my
Or
God. What are we
on the
going to
other
do?
side of it, if you're ready and you're not doing what they want you to, they will drop something. They will push you into it. They'll be like, "You're ready. We don't care if you're actually ready and you're being forced into it." That
Right.
happens. Yes.
Lightstar kind of talked about that a little bit. Like, if you need to go and you're not, you'll
Yes.
be pushed into it.
Exactly. It works either way. But then, if that happens, that's because you're ready.
Exactly. So
Mm,
it's so important, I find to realize that like you said, you're exactly where you need to be. It'll
mm.
show up when it's time. There's a contract on it. You don't know the date.
Yes.
You're not little. You're not small because you can't do something others are doing. You may
Yes.
actually be even more advanced or more powerful in other ways, and you're
Yes.
just being held back. And I can picture them with chains and cords and like, oh,
Yes.
oh my God.
100%. Cement blocks around their ankles and stuff like that. Things like that, boots that people have to keep them, you
Yeah,
know, from not going higher. It's all these things, these
yeah,
agreements
because
and
it's
things
not
like that.
the exact right time. But in the
Yes.
meantime, what people can do is just, like you said, allow the flow. Allow the flow. You feel called to book a session with Natalie or Tatiana or
Yeah.
other people, then they may have a code, they may have a function
Yes.
that they maybe they're the only ones that can clear it, maybe.
That's exactly it. That
Right?
happens where you need that specific person. There's
Yeah.
something energetic there. And so you actually have, if you're feeling called to, you're meant to see that person. They're going to, I've had in sessions recently where it's like awakening of people's gifts and activations. So you do a clearing of stuff and then all this stuff that they already had, but it was just coming online now,
Yeah.
is activated. And I'm like, look at that. You've got like this blue flame in your throat that you can use, which is like the flame of truth. And you've also got this blue crystal, the center of the earth that you can pull up, which is going to help, ground you. And it's Mother Nature's like pure
Right.
source. It's from her. Yeah. So it's like all this stuff that happens that that person, they needed some assistance just
Yeah.
to help them access that. But now they've got access to it. Now they're in their
Yeah.
power. They can just call on that.
Exactly. And what if their first gift to be revealed is actually one that only a certain few people can see? Because
Mm,
you need to have the same or the right frequency to see
yes.
certain gifts in others, let's say. And so, what
Yes.
if you were meant to activate that blue flame, but Natalie was the only one that could see it and tell you about it so you would know and get cleared to actually activate that particular one?
100%. And that is what would happen in groups with Tatiana and Patrice and
Yeah,
that and other people that we worked with. Whereas one person could see something and the other could only see. And then so it was everything
yeah,
together. And then other people would be like, I can't see that. And you'd be like, well, I can see that. And so
yeah.
it precisely that. That's what you were meant to assist with.
Exactly, because that's your function, your gift, your role, your skills.
Yes,
And that person may know you from a past life, and you have a contract together where they
exactly.
needed you to activate that so they can also do that like you do. Right?
Yes,
Isn't it exciting?
exactly. Yeah, it is. It's just, and just the stuff that happens is just, it just makes me laugh. There's lots of been obviously throat and heart activations lately. So I've had Cupid coming in sessions. Cupid with a bow and
Wow.
arrow, heart, love. And a lot of it is metaphors that the
Yes,
guides and that will give you.
of
But
course.
yeah, it was pretty beautiful to see Cupid, firing an arrow through energy centers and people just the beautiful love. You could see how
Wow.
pink love, gold as well. And they just, in the sessions, people felt so calm and love. And it's like their hearts were just cracked open. So it's just what happens is just,
Wow.
it's amazing.
Love,
Yeah.
what else have you seen? Tell us, what else
Oh,
have you seen?
well, so much stuff like uh, diamonds, fireflies helping out, phytoplankton energies coming and helping and healing people's bodies, like their whole nervous system, recalibrating it. Arcturians with their technology helping out in sessions, Atlantis. You have funny stuff happening.
Wow.
You might get images of like Marvel characters because that's obviously I like that stuff, and that's what they will show you because
Right,
you understand it. But
right.
yeah, in the one of uh, the sessions recently, that was pretty cool. Pegasus the horse, the healing horse, came. So this person, no, what happened first actually was a unicorn came and unicorn healing. So this is like stuff happens in sessions
Wow.
and I'll be like, and then dragon, it's dragon, something happened. And then I'm like, I'm getting that unicorn healing would be good for you. And they had a unicorn on their left side helping them. And then the person was like, I can see a pink horse. And I was like, there's Pegasus there and there's a
Wow.
unicorn. And so you've now got these two guides that you can call upon, amazing. And then when you look up what unicorns mean, it's like connecting to your true self, your heart, living your life, your soul purpose. And which is all what's happening in sessions. And then dragon Reiki, like this person, you should do that. And that's another dimension. And dragons are about getting our power back and all this other stuff. So, stuff that I'm not even really aware of. I know they're there, but I haven't trained in it. But it's
Right.
coming through and then it resonates with the person. So much different stuff.
How
Yeah.
fun.
Animal spirit messengers. So many animal messages come through now, which I love.
Right.
That's pretty cute.
Wow. I was told
Yeah.
once I have a rainbow lobster as an animal spirit.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
And I
Yep. I
thought,
can see it.
wow.
That is so interesting because in the mentorship we did with Patrice, Tatiana, and I, and one of our friends in it, her spirit animal that came through was a lobster, a big red lobster. So
Wow.
lobsters are obviously, I feel like it's luck. They're lucky. And if it's a
Right.
rainbow energy, rainbow is like all the healing energy. That's like Reiki.
Right.
When you have the rainbow healing, you are connected and meant to be healing. So
Right.
I feel like
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
even know they existed until I was told, like, I said, what's my animal spirit? And that's what I heard. I'm like, what? Wow, what is that? What's that function?
yeah,
So
and yeah, love it.
so tell us about the archangels and the angels, and let's
Yes.
talk about that. Like,
Yeah,
who are they? Why do
sure.
you see them? And how do they come in and why? Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
so archangels are basically they're they're from source. They're guides and basically archangels. You'll know that religion and that talks about the archangels, but they're not actually, they don't have to be involved in religion
Yeah.
because I'm not religious personally. I don't
Yeah.
mind if anyone is. But yeah, they're just these beings that are here on earth to help us and love us and guide us. So I always invoke them in a loving way, like I'll say the loving archangels, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Metatron. Can you please assist with the session? Can you please surround us with a purple dome of light of protection and a golden grid and pyramid? And you ask for protection and you ask for help. So Archangel Raphael, the healing archangel of the heart, a lot of the time, I will say, can you please help with this? And then I can see Archangel Raphael is there helping, you know. Jesus
Wow.
comes in sessions and stands there all the time. Buddha
Wow.
too, Kuan Yin, all different, energies come. But yeah, they're basically there and the archangels have different gifts that they can help with.
Yeah.
So yeah, my two main ones are Archangel Michael. They're like my main archangel guides, Michael and Raphael.
Right.
And yeah, Michael is the archangel of protection. He has his sword that can cut cords and his shield. So he actually helped in sessions with shields too. But the archangels, yeah, they're just basically there to love and assist and help us. And they actually want us to ask for help. They're there waiting and they're like, ask
Yeah.
us more, ask for help. We want to help you, but you don't ask. You don't ask us for guidance, but you need to do it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like knowing you have the archangels and that and other guides supporting you. You're never alone. You've got that. You've got your
Yeah.
ancestors. They're always protecting and guiding and helping.
So that's pretty amazing that you can actually see them.
Yep. I know they're there and I can see. Yeah, like I can see. Yeah, Archangel Michael's there for me now. Archangel Raphael's there. Yep.
Isn't
Yes.
that amazing? I am
Yeah.
so fascinated with gifts and our
Yeah.
abilities and the angels, of course, like they're doing so much right now to assist
Oh,
us, and
they're
many
just,
people don't realize.
yep. They're beautiful.
And it's nice
Yeah.
to hear from somebody from you, let's say in a session, that a particular person has a particular connection with a certain angel.
Yep. And
Okay?
they're just like all different ones. Sometimes Ariel and Uriel, they'll come with like a gold lantern, Ariel, yep, and light that up to light the person's like personal power, all different. Yeah, but then you also get goddesses like Goddess Isis and stuff like that. They come in for power. Or yeah, it's amazing once you start connecting the guides that come through.
So yeah, I'm so fascinated about it. So let's talk about your animal whisper gift.
Yes.
How does that work? And what do the animals have to say? What are they
So,
telling you?
oh my goodness, I love them so much. My gift, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, I have a real intuitive with medical and being a like medical gift with people and pets and animals, any animals, and just knowing what's happening. So a lot of the time, I will just know what's going on with them. If they're sad, they're depressed, if they've got an ailment, what it's coming from, if something's stressing them out. I had a friend and she's like, "Oh, my cat, she's urinating. She started urinating in the litter box." And I don't know what's going on. She was fine. And I went over to her house and I just said, "Oh, it's the smell." I said, "She hates, I don't know what you've done, but there's like an oil smell in your garage." And she's so sensitive. She hates it.
Oh my.
So, yeah, so that's like something where they'd done all the right things. They were trying to change the kitty litter and move it. But because they had put this oil from something near where she wanted to go to the bathroom, and cats, sense and smell is like their main thing.
Yeah.
Yep. The cat obviously hated that. So it's just all, and then that same cat actually was terrified of their house, wouldn't go upstairs. And she
Oh
goes,
my.
she's so lethargic. I don't know what's going on. I'm really worried. Like, how much she should be sleeping? And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, there's something going on. So they'd had ceiling fans put upstairs. It had terrified her so much
Poor
that it
thing.
was literally just in her energy field, in her physical body. And she was literally just so lethargic. All she could do was sleep. So I did a energy clearing on her. Half an hour later, upstairs. All good. done. And I was like, this is the power of, like, you might go see a cat behavior, all that stuff, and do the right things, which is, I feel like it's important to, if you feel called to investigate that, it's important to do that. But sometimes it's just energy. And that's where I can, be kind of like the missing link. What's going on? Like what will happen at the shelter a lot of the time. Cats get
Yeah.
sick, they get overmeted, and then they've been in these pens and they've been moved around and they kind of give up. It's like they're shutting down, they're done. And then so what often more than happens is they're in like a special contained area, and I'll randomly have to go to that area, and then someone will say, "Oh, this cat, they're really not well," and I'll come back, and then half an hour later or whatever, they're eating again. So it's not to, yeah, it's not to, this is a gift I have, and it's just being able to, I help them. Someone tells me, and it's the blocked energy, like they've got all this stuff, all these things weighing them down, and they can't handle it. And then you help them to just release that, and the energy flows.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
everything is energy, even with animals.
Everything with energy is energy, and animals
Yeah.
are just little barometers. They are. Oh, and so animals also have brachial chakras. So they have these chakras in their shoulders, and that is specifically their connection to humans. Okay, this is their connection, their bond to us. So you think about cats, dogs, birds, horses, they are our pets.
Wow.
Not all of them, but they have a human bond and connection.
Yeah.
And so that is in when I work a lot of the time, that's the chakra that I actually have to work on, because it gets blocked because obviously they have stuff happen where they don't trust humans or they've had bad experiences. And so, yeah, I know it's horrible, but you can actually help them and clear
Yeah.
that energy, and then they're okay. Not all of them. Sometimes I see it sad. It's just cats that have never had any socialization. So they're a stray
Oh,
cat and it's just
right.
black, and
Wow.
they will never form a bond with a human because it's just not impossible. They've never had the interaction, and that is black, blocked. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's really interesting. It's,
Wow. It's fascinating
yes,
because we
yeah.
never think that they have souls
Oh,
and we
yeah.
never think that they are able to feel. And
Yes.
I'm somewhat of an animal empath myself. I don't,
Yes.
well, I don't hear their thoughts per se, but at the
Mm,
moment, anyways, I can feel them. And I was in a restaurant once, and this uh, dog that was being trained to be like a support dog or something like that. I was
mm,
eating with somebody, and he walked by, and I started crying.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's the dog. He's so depressed.
Yeah. Hates it.
I
I
could
the second,
feel it.
yeah. Yeah.
And then
They
I'm
just,
trying to I'm in the restaurant, I'm trying to wipe my eyes, and I'm like I feel he's suicidal, the dog. And it was so sad to me, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I can tell how they feel when they have their head outside the window, or uh,
mm,
anyways, like it's pretty amazing, but that you're
yeah.
able to be like I mean, you're a medical intuitive,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay,
I've got
because
that ability of, yeah, too.
that's why you
I
can see all that.
Yeah, so that's why the knowing and the see, like sometimes I see her, I just know I can see the energy where it is. Like someone at work will be like, "Oh, can you just tune into me and see?" And I'll only do it if the person asks. Obviously, I
Yeah,
want to make sure I'm being consent in that. And then I'll
yeah.
be like, "Yeah, something's going on with your kidneys, your liver, on your right side, blah blah." And they're like, "Yep, that's exactly." I know. And I'm like, "Yep,
Wow.
yep." So yes, it's I'm very blessed that I can do that. And yeah, the
Right.
animals, I've always loved animals since I was small. So I feel like now what I'm doing is exactly what I'm meant to be doing, helping them and
Yeah.
helping animal lovers, because people that look after animals in those areas there, it's really tough for them what they have to go through. So I feel like that's a big part of what I'm meant to too, is to help the people that help the animals that have all this, trauma from that.
Wow. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
That's amazing because
Yeah.
more people need to love animals more.
Yeah.
I feel.
They are they are the universe's gift. They are actually a gift
Yeah.
to us. They are the most loving. They're just the love of the pureness of an animal when it trusts you and when you love it. It's just honestly, there's nothing better. And seeing them build trust and get better, and then be able to find a home or whatever else, and seeing, my personal animals, Phil and Bev, that I love so much, and seeing them flourish and be
Right.
so happy. I just that to me is it's the best thing, seeing
Yeah.
them happy. Yeah.
So what do dogs say? What do they tell you when you're being called to assist a
Yeah.
dog?
So I find, I mean, all cats will definitely transmute energy and will take stuff on and heal it and will keep the space safe. They will be like an energy protection. I feel dogs, when I've done stuff with them, they take on people, and that's a soul contract as hard as it can be. They take on people's medical issues a lot.
Yeah, I've heard.
So a dog will be sick and have all these other things like cancer, heart, and a lot of the time back pain. It's because they're taking it on from the owner to make sure the owner is okay. So
Yeah.
I would say, whereas cats have really good personal space a lot of the time and will tell you to F off with no issues. Okay. So
Yeah.
they are actually really amazing with boundaries.
Yeah.
Their dogs are more boundaryless, and then they will take everything on, kind of like us empaths. So they need
Yeah.
help in that aspect, that you do really need to be careful about if you're anxious or stressed or something is going on, or it can really impact them. Same with cats, but I think cats are more resilient. That's what I've seen. As long as they've got somewhere safe that they can go, um, get up highway. But yeah, dogs really take stuff on and they're really unconditional. And
Yeah.
they're really just dogs just they just want to love, be
Yeah.
loved, and just cuddle and play and have fun. That's what I get from most dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
feel it
Their,
from
their,
them
their
too.
heart. Yeah. And they're really connected to our heart, dogs. So having dogs like cracks open your heart. Having any pet cracks open your heart, but in particular, dogs have that real connection there, that they
Yeah.
really just, yeah, they're for heart opening.
They are so intense in their emotions.
Yes.
And people wouldn't believe that. But once my daughter had left her baby dog for me to babysit for a couple hours, and we're both on the floor crying
Oh,
because he was missing her so much. And I
oh my
could
goodness,
feel
he's a
this
baby.
tension, pain in my heart.
Oh,
And I was like, oh my God, he is, who would have known that he
oh,
was so intensely sad? Like it
oh,
was like, so my daughter came back and we're both on the floor and I'm crying with the dog. And she's like, Mom, what are you doing? Do you know how sad he is? Oh,
oh.
it was like, wow. But that was quite the experience in realizing how intensely dogs feel.
Yep, they feel, and I guess that's why they take on the emotions of humans, and
Mm-hmm.
it turns into physical ailments that,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so yeah, they're just dogs are just they're so cute. They're so
Yeah.
loving, and it depends
Yeah.
on the dog. Like cats, they're all different. I had a dog recently that he was really old, and I saw him for I think 3 weeks. And the last time I saw him, he sat next to me on the couch. We had a huge cuddle. And I was like, what's going on? I'm burping, and he's got all cords attached to the person. He's one of his loving owners. And I
Oh.
literally sat there for 2 hours, and I was releasing all these cords, and the dog also had back issues and other stuff. And so he actually got he went to heaven that next week because he was really not well. He had cancer. But then I realized, because sometimes stuff happens and I'm doing stuff and I'm just, oh yeah, this is happening. I was actually sitting there helping him disconnect from his human. He took on all that stuff from his human to help his human. He got all those physical stuff. That was his soul contract. He actually wanted to do that. That can
Yeah.
be really heartbreaking, but he wanted to do that, because otherwise his human would have passed away a lot earlier,
Yeah.
and that's what he was meant to do. But yeah, I was helping him disconnect all his cords so he could go.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's when you come in and
Mm.
what, like you can do it online?
Yeah. I basically do all my sessions online. You don't need to be in person.
So how
That
does it
was
work? People will call you with
Yeah, so I've
an
got on my
animal.
website, I've got Zoom. You can just book a Zoom session, and then we do it kind of like this, where we have a call. You have the get the recording, so you can, if you want to watch it, heaps of times you can download and save it. Because as we know, sometimes once more stuff will clear if you watch it again. So yeah, it's like sometimes the amount that could be released is released, and then you watch it again, and it's like another layer comes up, like more remembering. Yeah, yeah.
Natalie, you're amazing. Like you're so amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, like, and I can feel you're doing it with such authentic joy.
Well, thank you. Yes.
You have like this purity about you, like you're not burdened by this gift.
No, I I have to pinch myself. I feel so blessed because I've done other, work and jobs before, and this is not work to me, what I'm doing. This is this is love. This is just helping, and I get to help.
Yeah,
It's nothing better than when you see someone struggling and blocked, and they're just or an animal, and then you help them, and then they're sparkling, they're vibrant, they're got their joy back, and they're, free. I think there's nothing better. I love seeing that and being able to guide and assist with that. So I feel like I'm very blessed and very lucky to be doing that.
wow, you're
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I want to ask if you have a light language or a clearing for the audience, or are you feeling called
yeah.
to bless
Yep.
us?
Yes. No, 100%. So what I'm getting archangels. I'm going to call on Archangel Michael and Metatron. And I'm just going to ask, can you please surround this session, anyone watching it, also myself and Caroline, with a beautiful indigo purple dome of light of protection. And we're going to bring that gold pyramid grid down. Uh, and we're just going to ask that any energy now that anyone is watching or anyone on this session can be lovingly transmuted back to the source for the highest, truest good of all. Please protect anyone too. If there's anything, any blocks in their energetic physical body, anything in their root chakra and throat chakra and heart, I'm getting. So please just help now. And I can just see Archangel Michael is there just pulling out cords from everyone's shoulders and throat and heart and root. So just take a nice deep breath in, blow everything out. One more nice deep breath in. Oh, blow everything out. That's done. Oh, wow.
Beautiful. I feel so
Beautiful.
blessed we just went through this right now.
Oh, thank you. Me too. That was amazing. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Oh my God. Like it was such a pleasure. Like, I'm not exactly sure what time it is, but time just flew by because it's
It
been so
did.
exciting, right? Like,
It did. It was,
wow,
and 44. We finished at 44, which is the Archangels. That's hilarious.
beautiful.
I love
And they
it.
were right
Oh,
here, like some of the most
yes.
powerful archangels here. Definitely, there will be a beautiful description
Oh, love.
below, the links to your pages, your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, how to book a session with you if people need
Thank you.
assistance, not only with themselves, but with their animals.
Yes, amazing. So yeah, it has that and let me know the two tabs. Let me know if you need anything for me to any information. But thank you so much. Yeah, that was I felt like we were just the energy we were transmitting while we were doing it too. It was clearing stuff, you and I.
Right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I
I
think
think
so
so
too.
too, because I've
Yeah.
burped a few times. Like,
Yeah.
don't know if you heard of it.
That's what I did. I was like,
Because you wonder, should I say sorry or just let it slide? Nobody notices.
no, just burp. The
Right?
people watching are gonna laugh.
I'm like, I don't know why I'm so yellow.
And I was looking at me and I'm like, I was pink. I was like, oh, well, you're meant to be yellow. I'm meant to be pink. Whatever.
This new webcam might not actually work, but hey, maybe I'm just glowing like the
You
sun right
are
now.
glowing. You are. Your skin is beautiful. You are glowing.
Maybe that's what's happening. It's just me glowing like the sun.
Yep.
But
I
it
love it.
was a beautiful conversation, very exciting. I am so honored and grateful you were here.
Thank you, darling.
Natalie, thank you so much. And definitely, I hope we keep in touch. I think you're absolutely
Yes.
amazing and beautiful.
I
So,
hope so
everybody,
too.
go check out the links. And thank you, everyone, for being here on Buzz Your Spirit. And thank you, Natalie.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you for having me.
Have a beautiful day.
You too,
Bye.
gorgeous. Bye.